What has it been so far? Is Marvel Rivals taking a back seat so far?
Oh yeah, season 2 is terrible. If you're not a DPS player, you hate the season.
Why would happen?
Um, a lot. Like,
Well, explain what happened. Like, try and explain what happened. Is what I'll say.
okay, there are primarily like two broad things that happened. The cause of those two things created a ripple effect that I could go in detail about for like 30 minutes, but for the sake of our brains, I won't. The number one thing is performance-based SR. Instead of going strictly off of wins and losses,
Mauga! Why did we queue for quick play? Now we got Mauga. Yeah, 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 yeah. Charge in with 2 health.
I'll tell you in between rounds because this guy is already being a lot. So with the performance-based SR, like they do judge wins and losses, but they take more into account how you do statistically in every game. And it sounds okay on paper, but what actually happens is it promotes stat padding. So people just go for raw damage, raw heals, characters that could get as many final blows as possible. They pick characters based off of those statistical things. And when they do that, even if they lose or just get blatantly curb stomped, they won't lose as many competitive points because like, oh, statistically, like, oh, I have the most healing in the lobby. I have the most damage in the lobby. Ugh. It blatantly rewards stat padding, and it rewards DPS stat padding specifically more than anything else. More often than not, it doesn't matter how good you do as a support, it doesn't matter how good you do as a tank. If you don't have more final blows than everyone on your team, you're not going to get the max value of points no matter what. I think you played enough Marvel Rivals to know what the MVP is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's also a big thing. And unless you play out of your fucking skull as a tank or as a support, you're never getting MVP. That's just how it is. A DPS player is almost always going to get MVP, so they're almost always going to get the max amount of performance-based things. No matter what happens, no matter what your comp looks like. The system existing discourages anyone that isn't a DPS to even touch the game, let alone actually not be a stat patter in it. Everyone's just fighting to be the hero DPS player, and the support players are admittedly the ones that cry the most about everything, but they do have some justification for it. And the tank players are just getting constantly bullied because there's only like 3 tank players in existence at a time, and I'm usually one of them. And that's led to a ton of discourse about who picks what. There's like a whole support strike going on. Not even kidding, there is a support strike going on, and I fucking feel it.
What I'm hearing, so tell me if I'm right now. So you're fucking telling me, after all this fucking hoopla that they made about Marvel Rivals being the Overwatch killer, Overwatch is more fun to play than Marvel Rivals right now.
Right now, yes. Right now, I don't even think it's a question.
That's crazy. It doesn't even, like, I know it won't be sustainable because they'll do something to possibly fix it, but like that's crazy that Overwatch is more fun to play than Marvel Rivals right now.
There will be like Overwatch haters that just like refuse to come back to the game no matter what, and that's whatever, it is what it is. The game has a very bad reputation. There's no getting around that. But as someone that plays both games regularly, I would take Overwatch 7 out of 7 days. Not even joking.
Especially with Stadium.
Oh yeah, Stadium by itself clears everything Marvel's doing right now.
Okay, so question.
Answer.
If... What? Oh, I thought you said cancer. I'm like, what?
As funny as that would be.
If Overwatch did not have Stadium or hero bans in comp, would Marvel Rivals be your go-to still?
It'd be a toss-up.
What about if they had no Stadium but hero bans in comp?
it'd still be a toss-up.
And then Stadium, no hero bans. It'd be Overwatch 7 out of 7.
It'd be Overwatch 6 out of 7.
But now with the hero bans and the, I think it's just like,
Hey, yeah, it's not even close. There are still like daily challenges that I'll do on Marvel because I'll admit the battle passes for Marvel Rivals are a lot better than Overwatch's. As of right now, that's the one thing that Marvel has above Overwatch.
is it also why I'm seeing like play with like B-Gray or Priest more? Or are they also like kind of more Overwatch right now?
Priest is Marvel over everything. Well, Priest is definitely Marvel above Overwatch. The only reason he plays it is because I still play it. Even though he genuinely doesn't like the game anymore, he knows I still love it. I know there was a second thing I was gonna say, it's just eluding my head right now. I'll need some time to think about it.
But what about like, cause you said like B-Gray has been on this game. So I was like, huh.
Yeah, he's been flipping between the two.
The only one I have not seen since play this game is Sauna. That's the only one I've seen.
Oh yeah, Sana's blatantly abandoned the game. I don't think I'll see her on Overwatch ever again.
Like if somebody says, like if my friend Nate says, yo, can you read down our Marvel Rivals and play a couple games? And I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
If it was season 1.5, I'd be like, it might be worth it. Season 2, get the fuck out of here. Don't even look at the game. The second thing is the balancing. I know like one of the big selling, fuck that. I know one of the big selling points for Marvel was like with the balancing, they're gonna have everyone be broken.
No, you fucking bitch. Okay.
And it's kind of like the syndrome thing with the Incredibles, like if everyone's super, no one will be. And that's very quickly coming back to bite everyone in the dick. With some ultimates, there's no counterplay. Like you can't even attempt to counter like multiple ultimates. I know there's an ultimate with the Thing. Like very long story short, it's a more powerful Earth Shatter. Like the kicker and what makes it more broken is that you can't block it. The Thing can't get CC'd. He can't get stunned out of his ultimate. I have done that, but it takes very precise timing, and there isn't a single shield in the game that blocks it. Unless you're somehow CC immune, which there are only 2 characters in the game that are genuinely CC immune. If you don't have one of those 2 people on your team, it's a free ult. There's legitimately nothing you can do. There's no counterplay to it at all. It's just, yeah, GG's. Pretty much every single support that is good has the exact same ultimate. It's legitimately exactly the same because the DPS ultimates are so ridiculously busted.
Kind of clean.
I was full health.
Just saying. Yep. No. He like sets you immediately to half with that ult, and then he just shreds us.
Imagine Death Blossom with twice the attack power. That's half of the DPS roster. So because the DPS have like massive fuck you ultimates, and they genuinely can't be counterplayed unless you have a massive fuck you invincible ultimate.
You should have just let us all die right there.
And those are the only supports that are worth a damn right now. The support cast is honestly surprisingly diverse. You have like brawl supports, you have poke supports, yeah, supports that can do a bunch of damage, you have supports that could do like mass reses and shit. The cast is a lot more diverse than people think it is. But the only reason why people think everyone's a heal bot is because when it comes to the meta, the only good supports are heal bots. The heal bot supports are also being enhanced by the performance-based system that endorses heal botting. So this season is just doubling down. So everyone's blatantly going for the heal bot supports because 1, they're the only ones that are worth a damn, and 2, they're the only way you'll be able to actually climb at a decent rate. And if you're a DPS player, you genuinely don't give a damn about it because everything just falls over for you basically for free. The only downside for a DPS player is that there's at least 4 people that want your exact spot. Fuck!
Are you the only support? Oh,
Am I? Jeez, no wonder why I felt like a lot. It makes perfect sense now. I'm like, why the fuck does it feel like I'm the only one healing people? I was the only one even trying! So it's gonna be a tug of war of who gets the shiny toy and who has to settle for something different. And meanwhile, the 2 tank players, excluding myself, are just suffering in the front line by themselves. Like, if I'm not like duoed or trioed with somebody, I'm solo tanking. The only upside to being a solo tank is that I know I'm not gonna get flamed. Like, no one's gonna blame the one guy that's constantly getting shot at and trying to facilitate for everybody. But at the same time, aside from raw heals and raw heals alone, you're not going to get any backup. And when it comes to Overwatch, you know how I feel about heal bot comps. They straight up do not work because there's no utility whatsoever. Like there's no pushback, there's no intricacy, there's no interesting ways to combat it. And in Marvel Rivals, it's exactly that. It's like having Moira and a Healbot Kiriko every single game. They're just pumping like 20 to 30,000 healing into your back and praying on everything that you do something with it. Knowing damn well that raw heals it sometimes just doesn't cut it. But it doesn't matter because that's the only thing that's good. So you're gonna have to find a way to make it work and do something. So yeah, those are the 2 main things that are making Marvel Rivals unbearable to play, and that's just in comp. I'm not even gonna talk about quick play. Quick play's been a joke from the start.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water. It's fucking hot in this room.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna take a food break.